Welcome to My Jane, My Story, the only show that enables women to share their own secrets and insights to wellness, one story at a time.
Thanks, Paul. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday afternoon. This is our last episode of November this year because next week is our holiday. So welcome. This is Diane McConaughey from My Jane. Welcome to My Jane, My Story. Our mission is to unite and empower women through community, education, and exploration of cannabis solutions to address our biggest health concerns like sleep, pain, and stress. There's so much overwhelming information out there, and we decided that we needed to come together and share stories by creating My Jane, My Story. This is a place to talk about real life experiences so we can be better and do better by helping one another. Every journey is unique, every path is special, and we are extremely grateful to have our guests here to share with all of us. This is a non-judgmental space where every question is necessary to learn and shift our perspective on this plant. We're sharing stories from experts and everyday My Jane community members. Our guests are making major differences in their lives and the lives of those around them by including cannabis as a wellness option or recreation as part of their daily routine and lifestyle. Today, we have a group full of ladies here, so I'm so excited to be in a room full of ladies, except, sorry, Paul, I know you're outnumbered today. So let me kind of talk about who these ladies are. First, we have Helen Blanchette, our new president of My Jane. Helen comes to us from years of being the VP of Global Marketing and Graphic Communication for Xerox Corporation. She spent 9 years in Asia as a senior leadership team member of Fuji Xerox, led the strategic digital marketing transformation, structure, and implementation of a regional digital marketing center, including technology acquisition, process change, and forming a team from the ground up. Helen has also adopted the cause of International Sanctuary to help empower survivors of human trafficking and supporting the efforts of the Child Creativity Lab, where natural decisions after seeing the broken eyes of children while traveling the world. My Jane is very fortunate to have her as our compassionate leader. So second, I would like to introduce Wendy Dailey. She is the president and co-founder of International Sanctuary and has led the nonprofit organization growing from one sanctuary to operate in 5 regions globally, where girls and women escaping human trafficking receive hope, dignity, and freedom. She holds a degree from Pepperdine University, has been nominated for Young Nonprofit Leader of the Year, and has been featured in the Huffington Post, the OC Register, and on KCAL 9. Wendy was also honored as one of the OC Metro's 40 Under 40 Business Entrepreneurs of the Year and nominated for the OC Business Journal Women in Business Award. So welcome, ladies. I am just honored to be here with both of you today.
It's a pleasure to be here, really, Diane.
Thank you so much for having us. It's an honor.
Thank you. Great. Well, first I would like to go to Helen and just, what a shift to go from copies to cannabis. Can you tell us about that?
Well, just what you're saying, right? You say copies, and God knows how much we're not making copies anymore, but
Right.
the world has evolved to be digital. The world has evolved to be multifunctional devices, digital printing, software management, document management. So we're so far from copies.
True.
So when you look at the cannabis industry, it has evolved a lot
Quite a
too
bit.
over the years. So we're no longer talking about the cannabis in its way of what we had in mind and what we were seeing as being a sin, but more into all of the aspects of the plant itself and the entire family of cannabis. When we think of hemp and we think of the marijuana plant, for example, they're in the same family, but they're also different, like banana and ginger that are in the
Right.
family, right? In the same
Right.
family. So one is, the hemp is more for the public because we can find them, as you know, now in 7-Eleven or
Everywhere.
CVS. Not that I want to punch advertising here, but it's just like it's become like a very well accepted thing. And
Right.
then I think that all the studies, and you've had some guests in very recently, like Dr. Trin, that
Yes.
that emphasized how the actual low dose THC in the cannabis plant mixed with the high dose of CBD are actually reacting well to the endocannabinoid system of the
Right.
body that we have naturally in our body, and that it, it changed his life and his practice, right?
Right.
So I think that it's very similar. You go from an industry that was perceived as old from Xerox, and that has really shifted the way we think and work on a daily
Right,
basis,
right.
to now being in an industry in growth
Right.
that is also shifting the way people think and
Right.
address their wellness.
And I mean, it shifted so much, and just in the time you've been here too, right?
Yes, right.
It's like daily it's shifting. So,
Absolutely.
and I'm so glad you're here.
I'm very glad too. And
How-
it's been now 5 weeks.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to
Amazing.
say
It's
how
been
long it's
5
been.
weeks.
Yeah. Well, so tell us about how this has been for you, just being in such a different role. I mean, you're not really, but just exploring with cannabis and women helping women. And tell us a little bit about how
Well,
that's been.
helping women is something that I had really been doing for the past few years intensively, whether it was mentoring women, whether it was working with Wendy for International Sanctuary. It's something that's really dear to my heart. So, having a channel that will help women and be able to also link it to being able to help International Sanctuary or other organizations that would actually aim at helping women,
Right.
depending on the collection that we would come up with, the one that makes the most or the best alliance. It just made so much sense for me.
Yeah. Well, so, and you brought something with you here today.
I
so everybody
did,
can
I
see.
did.
Can you
It's
tell
our
us about
holiday
it?
collection.
Great.
It's been available since this week, so we're quite excited about that. For the holiday season, we're giving the gift of sleep, so
Yay.
people can actually buy a beautiful collection of CBD products that have been, handpicked by my Jane, tested by the brands, and they come with a certificate of analysis. So when they're in the My Jane box, it means that it comes with a clean bill of manufacturing, but also it means that it is also evaluated by our ambassadors.
Right.
So we know what we have in that box, and we know it's the best.
It's almost like the old, maybe I'm dating myself, the old Consumer Reports, where it goes through that whole
Right.
test, and and it's been tested for you, and that's what's so great
Yeah,
about My
and
Jane.
really that's the mission of My Jane, right?
Right.
To make sure that what we bring to market as a curation, because it's a curation of
Yeah.
people's products, right? It's not our own products, and it's a curation of the best products, and we want to ensure that when a woman or a man that will offer that as a
Right.
gift,
Not just women.
and not just women, will actually know that they can trust this box, right? And
Yeah.
they can trust what's in it.
Well, I know, because there's so many products out today. Like you were saying, going to CVS or, it's just everywhere. And so we want to make sure that we're getting something that's healthy for us, right?
That's right. That's right. And that has been, I would say, My Jane approved.
Yeah, I know we're going to have that stamp of approval very soon. Well, so tell us a little bit about some of this box
Oh, we
and
have-
some of the great things.
I think that we call it the Dream Box, and the Dream Box because we believe that if there's a sort of a routine that happens during the day, we can have such a better night's sleep. And it is. We knew that from a survey that we had done, that was done before this year in the whole region of OC and San Diego, 40,000 women, and the number one problem they had is sleep, and the second one is anxiety, and the third one is stress, and the fourth one is pain. So that tells you a little bit of the collection that we would come up with over the next few months. And also, what we've curated is we have now here a mask, a relaxing mask that you put at night. We have also, if you have any pain, like sometimes we have a little bit of arthritis pain or muscle pain.
You're dating yourself, Helen.
Yes, so we have a salve here.
Yeah, that's
And then
beautiful,
we
yeah.
have, if you want to have, we have beautiful little Kush Queen bath bomb that you can
Nice.
do a foot
Perfect.
bath.
Good.
And we have a little spray with melatonin that you spray under the tongue so that you get your the restful night.
Nice.
And then a little mint that has melatonin as
Oh,
well.
perfect.
And then this that everybody
I can smell
just
it
like
from
I think
here.
I'm already
It
feeling
is.
relaxed
I
and
know.
sleepy.
this amazing pouch of from Canafloria that has lavender and other.
It's amazing. We're all gonna fall asleep here, you guys, because you know.
One of the things that we're most proud of is definitely our alliance with Internatl Sanctuary, and I'm gonna let obviously Wendy talk about her story and Internatl Sanctuary. But what we've put in is sleep well tonight, knowing that you've helped another woman in the world, and achieve freedom and empower survivors of human trafficking. And for that, we include in our box a bracelet that people can
beautiful.
proudly wear. That a portion of this box will be donated to Internatl Sanctuary to
amazing.
help women
Great.
that have been rescued from this horrific tragedy of life.
Right.
So and then you have the name of the survivor who made the jewelry in
Beautiful.
it. So we're very, very proud of this alliance.
And so to Wendy over here that's sitting on my side, I'm just so thankful that you're here to talk about this. I mean, this subject is just, I've been learning so much more about it, of course, now that we're aligned with Internatl Sanctuary, and it just, wow. So tell us a little bit about Internatl Sanctuary, how you got there, and
Sure.
just about the organization.
Sure. So we were founded in 2007. So we've been around about 13 years. It's hard to believe we've been at this for over a decade.
Wow.
But I found myself in 2005 living in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and saw human trafficking happening just firsthand. It was all around me. I really couldn't escape it. Whether I was having a cup of coffee down by the river or tea, it was just girls were for sale everywhere you turned. And the term at that time, human trafficking, was not something, we didn't have the language to describe this horror. And I came back after my year of being there teaching English to orphans, and met up with a friend of mine that was starting this effort in Mumbai, India. And again, she didn't say, I'm going to Mumbai, India to work with survivors of human trafficking. She said, girls are being sold. They're being brought over the border from Nepal in the north, and they're being sold into...
And what age? What age range? Just real young? Just
Too young.
It's
Too
hard.
young.
It's hard to think about how long
It's-
they go.
In the public eye, what I saw in public and out
too.
in the open is, maybe they're 14 years old, with men old enough to be their grandfathers. But
wow.
children, children as young as 5 years old are sold. But there isn't any culture on earth that willingly accepts in public a child.
Right.
First,
right.
a child is 14 years old, but so that is typically behind closed doors, but it absolutely exists, and you can find it.
Yeah.
So we identified in the efforts that were currently existing as far as helping girls out of this horror, that economic freedom was really a gap in their ability to rebuild their lives. And so we partnered up with some of the aftercare shelters to be able to work with girls to just give them hope.
Yeah.
And
right.
so it started as a small effort to just, my business partner at the time, Stephanie, was self-taught in jewelry making, and just, got about 20 girls around in a circle just making little bracelets. And, it's turned into a social
What a-
enterprise with nearly $1 million in jewelry sales. And we're working in 5 regions around the world. And, our focus is really that invitation to a job, to dignity, to earn an income, and for them to be able to heal and learn and grow together in the safety and support of the sanctuary community is really...
And to be loved. Just, wow.
and
What-
accepted,
just-
unconditionally,
right.
just accepted for who they are, where they are. It's not the label. The label is completely removed of victim, and
Good.
so...
Wow. It just... It makes me speechless. It just does, to think that this goes on, because we don't see it. It's not talked about at all. And just learning, I mean, tell the listeners about Orange County.
Orange County. Many people don't realize that trafficking is happening domestically in America as well as right here in Orange County. 17,000 people are trafficked into the U.S. each year. Those are international victims, but American youth are trafficked as well. And so last year, 227 American women were trafficked. And so we opened our sanctuary locally just in March to help that specific group of women.
What can you suggest to people out there to look for and to be aware of? And, you know, of course, this is aware in my mind now because we're talking about this. And I saw something that, you know, there's old women that are even now luring children in or luring, and that just,
Well,
what do you say about that?
many people
Wow.
don't, you know, when they hear that many times women are the recruiters and the traffickers, that it's horrifying when you hear the realities. You know, but I'd say that the one key, I was even speaking about this last night with some women, that the one key to the vulnerability for trafficking is the lack of support and the lack of community. And so, you know, it's irrelevant whether you're, you know, upper class, middle class, lower class, but really when an individual girl or woman does not have the support of others around her, that she's not in community, you know, whether there's an absence of parents or, you know, there's online activity and she doesn't have that accountability with support and community. Of a girlfriend saying, who are you going off with? What, you know, there's a huge vulnerability to, and the traffickers know that, and they prey on that population where they see an absence of a support system. But I mean, as far as going out and about around the community, whether you're in the airport or, you know, various business places around the community, when you see something that's not quite right, I really encourage you to connect with the hotline number. And if we can give that, it's 888-3737, 888, and that's a national hotline. And we have a wonderful task force locally in Orange County, as well as various task forces around the nation that will get in touch and be able to provide help and support.
Good. So, I mean, I can just say to everyone out there, if you suspect anything at all that just doesn't seem right, just please do call the hotline and just report it. I mean, that's what it takes. It's, again, community, you know, that we all band together
That's
and
right.
look out for our kids and look out for our women and look out for just everybody. And I think it's so great that My Jane has been able to align with such an amazing cause. And, you know, thank you, Helen, for bringing this to us and bringing this.
I mean, it tells the story of women helping women helping women, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
it really, I find, closed the loop, and obviously it was something that was very dear to my heart from Me Too, from my trip to Cambodia. Was really the element that I had promised myself that one day I will do something to help them, to help not only Cambodia, but to help any women in the world. I mean, the trauma does not have a frontier or does not have a color, skin color, or face. The trauma is inside.
Right.
And it's something that children should never have a customer,
Never.
ever.
Yeah.
And so that's why our sleep box will hopefully also make people sleep better, knowing that they've helped a great cause, and that it is really the closing the loop of women helping women all the way. And I'm very, very happy to have this alliance with
Thank you so much.
Wendy, and we're going to continue all through the year as we bring up new collections to be able to also bring an element of real gift, because you know we make these gift set as something we can give to someone, and you know I find that anyone that would buy a gift like this for the holiday will be the hot star of the holiday,
Right,
just
I
by,
know.
you know, having so much. First of all, providing a gift of sleep to someone is pretty much something that you're assured that the person is suffering from first, and then knowing the power of what you're doing at the same time is just, I find, a great best, in
It's
my book, it's the best holiday
Right.
gift someone can give.
It just it's a gift that keeps giving because you know, you're helping, so
exactly.
your expansiveness of helping is really
Exactly.
important. So Wendy, can you tell people the website so people can look on and
Sure,
learn
sure.
about?
Absolutely. Our nonprofit is internationalsanctuary.com. Again, it's internationalsanctuary.com. And if you are looking for purposeful gifts, you can purchase those on purposejewelry.org. Again, purposejewelry.org. It's a perfect gift during the holiday season.
Great. Thank you so
Thank
much. And I want to thank you ladies for just being here and talking about, you know, the great things that we're doing with My Jane and just what you're doing for these children. It just,
Thank you.
and Paul's cutting me off again, so we can't keep talking. But I just want to thank all of you for being here today and listening. And please share, and so we can help more people, help more women, helping children, helping our communities. It's so important for us to really just reach out and do what we can to help anybody. So
Of course.
if you are listening via Apple Podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe so more people can find out about My Jane, my story, and learn more about all these great things that we're discussing here. And I just wanted to, there's a little quote here, and it's going to give the hotline again. In 2018, the National Human Trafficking Hotline receives more calls from California than any other state in the U.S., followed by Texas and Florida, respectively. Please report anything that may seem suspicious to you at all. And that the hotline again is 888-373-7888, or you can text 233-733 to help these women to embrace their true identity and worth. And I want to let you guys know next week we will be dark as it is Thanksgiving. So please enjoy some time with your family and your loved ones, and make sure you hydrate and eat some fruits and veggies. Be healthy. And then I want to tell you guys about some really great stuff that's coming up on December 5th. We will be live at Staples South Coast, the office store right across the street here from the station at 3 p.m. So this is a live audience. So if you would like to come and see how this all works, we would love to see you. We will be talking about cannabis in a mainstream space, you guys. This is amazing. I'm so excited to be bringing this more to the community, just more outreach so we can talk about what this plant is doing and the great benefits. So please tune in again on December 5th and share. So thanks again, and thank you, Paul. Thank you, Helen, and thank
My
you, Wendy.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Thanks for tuning in to My Jane, My Story. If you want to learn more, you can join the My Jane community at myjane.com. Get instant access to our Facebook group, Facebook community, educational resources, and updates on My Jane products and special events. And for personal attention right now, you can also pick up the phone and call 833-MY-JANE2. That's MYJANE2. And speak to your own wellness concierge, because it's time to own your wellness. Be well.